Hey everyone! Welcome back to more Ace Attorneys. So last we left off, we finished the third investigation. Or second investigation. Sorry. Second investigation. And we're about to go into another trial. And I don't know how it's gonna go. It's been pretty interesting what we discovered last time, so let's just go ahead and get started, get into this. I'm excited to see how it's gonna turn out. So, here. Yes. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. Can't run forever. Mr. Phoenix, right? What's happening? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence. You are no longer worthy of your title. Is that a nightmare? I've had this dream before. Someplace some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Hello, this is Phoenix, Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Oh, jeez. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Well, she said to get the guilty sentence, right? Phoenix. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to tell on me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. You can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that cursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Oh, Gumshoe! I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. We're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Till the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down. We're going to do everything we can to find the killer. Get Maya out, then you can get on guard to get the guilty verdict you deserve, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. Strongest weapon in the world you have, and you have it in abundance. Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. Come through, Gumshoe. Come through. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungard. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard, then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the Nickel Samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews had nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Coretta was killed by a professional assassin. The person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ongard. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. We still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm Will Powers, poor, underpaid action star. What's your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? He what? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ongard's room. Okay, sure. Oh. You didn't say anything about that. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his Nickel Samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ongard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Miss Phoenix? For us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Okay. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time. Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Oh. Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And? What was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but... I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. Guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them? The bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. Oh, my controller is connected. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. So who are these guests you were talking about? I think it's us. You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it'd be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? No, we did. I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. Any case from this story, he probably was gone for very long. So, even though I pressed on everything, the way I pressed was in the wrong order? I didn't really understand. Correct. Yeah. No, he did tip it. A tip. That's a perfectly normal thing to do. What did you mean by that? Why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? That's really weird. Okay. I was supposed to press on the fourth statement again, and then I can press on the third statement. Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated. You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Yeah, that's it. Really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. Be about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So you gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? You see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. He was trying to figure out how much it was, because the tip really shocked me. How much was it? But that's when something even more surprising happened. Bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers is surprised by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Bellboy's face? What was so shocking about the Bellboy's face powers? He wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. Line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like the thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. He was there, at Ungard's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Ungard was talking with the killer then. In fact, if that fact were to be exposed, Ungard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright. Nothing. We're just going around and round in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue your testimony. You're like, huh? Okay. So maybe we should ask about the amount of money. So now we know what the guy looks like. Let's ask about the tip. Defendant is a huge star. Can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify to the court about how much would you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. Can't even begin to guess. Why's that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? Very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So, supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? I have been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor. I have here the card Shelley DeKiller left at the scene of the crime. Shelley DeKiller? He's the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley DeKiller. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. This time, I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. Bellboy came out of the victim's room? And if that bellboy was really the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it is your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Huh? This is no laughing matter. Oh, Lord. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 by the time? Not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. How could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. Which room did the bellboy come out of? Oops, I wanted to press. Wrong button. Victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how much screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? I have never heard that word before. Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? Agreed that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide? Well, if he brought the juice to Mr. Corrida's room... Okay, let me save. I kind of want to try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or usual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. You two are done being school children. Bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I asked that the previous statement be supplemented with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Okay. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed. Is this the same? Really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw the bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. There was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice. What kind of juice was it? Pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we could dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Okay. Oh! Can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this run, okay. Would it be the crime scene? It would probably be this. Or just the juice itself. Let's try the photo. Yes, okay. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the That's so funny. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. And the liquid inside this glass is the tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner there, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left the dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. I blame you for leading me down this route. Terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The boy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty-handed? Recall you said something interesting. You had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves. Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. Can't lax here. So what if you had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So football is made of leather. Are you saying that all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems like we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. And the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then came back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the next defendant's room. Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. A? Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh. Okay. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me. Maybe a poor underpaid action star. Yet I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? From the door of the bathroom with my left eye. A sort of sneaky spy-like... I know he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. Oops. I said hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us more details. Okay. Should probably ask him only one question at a time. Ask about this something, don't ask anything. I don't know if saving here is gonna do anything. Let's ask about this something. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? Hahaha. I remember what it was. I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? This implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. It's an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember that, what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely, what the bellboy did next. He gave the person inside the room the thing. Okay, what about the person inside? Who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? Sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm. And you're saying you didn't see the person's face. Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really important? Of course, Your Honor. I think it is of utmost importance. This is when what was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No? If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. Think of some sort of wooden statue. Wooden statue? Wooden bear-shaped figurine. Oh, is it this? It's the only thing that's made out of wood. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Did I mess up? Should I not have shown this? Mr. Powers, there's something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. Oh, shoot. I think I messed up. I recall we found this at Matt Ungar's mansion. At the defendant's house. Crap. What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Ungard's mansion would mean. Goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ungard is the killer's client. Shoot. Shoot. Order. I say ordered. Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you haven't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I must have forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There's still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? Ooh. Just say where that. Power's testimony, the person who received the bear itself. Well, the person who received the bear. Or Power's testimony. Ripley. Just look at my bed. Okay. Person who received the bear? There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear. It is that the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually. So I remembered. I remembered you took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm. It was the Knuckle Samurai's arm. I swear it. You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Knuckle Samurai. Order! It looks like you've dug yourself your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. The person who took this little bear was the Knuckle Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Ungard is the Knuckle Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we made that all the clearer. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help. You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. Oh. Your Honor. I didn't even read that. Again, Mr. Wright. We've already removed any on all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, right? I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? Oh. Power's testimony? I guess it would be Power's testimony now, right? Mr. Power's testimony, of course. Huh? I know that my testimony was kind of shaky, but... Your naughty stupefies me, Mr. Wright? Already clarified all the questionable points during the cross-examination just now. Wasting time like this, calling the testimony questionable. I'd say it's your head that's questionable here. Dang. I guess the bear itself. I agree. Cross-examination went smoothly and there was nothing wrong with the testimony. Now then, I believe... Please wait. You're being very persistent today. Because I can't let it end like this. I know my outburst just now was a little questionable. Questionable indeed. But... there really are some questionable points left to discuss, Your Honor. What are you trying to pull? Oh. Just the bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found at Mr. Onguard's mansion. However, Mr. Onguard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Mr. Onguard who took the bear to the mansion. Why, that was very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There's no way time-wise for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Whew. Disaster averted. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Onguard's mansion. The killer and Onguard were working together, so to speak. The killer was hiding at Onguard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. Bear figurine was brought back to Onguard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Onguard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad if the police found it during their investigation. Why is the bear so significant? Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything at all? Anything I can attack at all? Because by giving him the bear, it seems like way more incriminating than just leaving it in the room in the first place. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Matt Onguard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright? You could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any less objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? And we're trying to stall, right? So I guess I would object again. Objection! There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted this bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, we found at the Onguard mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. Real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore real murderer? Well, we can't go with Adrian Andrews. What? What do I do? I mean, Adrian would be the next person. But then it wouldn't make any sense because they already proved. They already proved her being innocent, right? I mean, she messed with the crime scene, but... that's the only option I have. I guess we're just trying to stall. That's the only person I have. Adrian Andrews. Yes, we know that she already tried to frame Matt Ungard for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw, that could have very well been Miss Andrews. What about Mr. Ungard? If you please recall to yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taken a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ungard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in that defense's logic, besides which there are no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone could tell Ungard did it. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This has to say Maya, this has to say Maya. If the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game? Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even though you might have thought even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specifically bring that bear to Ungard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. It's Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the courts will take a short 10-minute recess. Prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Ew. Oh! It didn't bring me to a save. I guess we're still going? Okay. Normally it brings me to a save. But I'll just save here. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold our hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you tried to pin the guilt on Adrian. Oh, I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick. Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. Really strong power suddenly called her away. Really strong power. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Figured out where the killer and Maya are. We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. If we had just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But I just ran out of luck this time. Is all our hope for naught? A tent? Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia. It looks like Maya was unconscious just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one Belle. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. You draw a circle on the map about 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. Couldn't see anything else. It felt like it was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. Call for you later, so don't let your battery die. Okay, pal? Beep! Yeah, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Wow, we skipped over the to be continued save state thing. Courts will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why would this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. What up, girl? Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of the murder. I understand. Very good. Now you have seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before. That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why does she... Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center, it is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Okay. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. What kind of puzzle is this exactly? If you know the correct order, it can be taken up. Oh, sorry. So you can take it apart. How would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. Boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what did you find after you took the puzzle apart? Take the puzzle apart. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So, who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the 2 of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what it's inside. Well, it's a toy. That can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the 2 of us know. Only the 2 of you, huh? Of course that means Matt Ungard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have to come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that could come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. What we are going to find out next, witness. Yes. You're the only one who can open this. Please. Painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews, now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? Is it the suicide note? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. Wait, if she bought it, then she found the note and she put it in there? Wait, I'm confused. The suicide note. The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. Seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. It's most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard it all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere because I had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note to be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. Judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that has happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Enguarde. About being engaged to Corrida and Enguarde's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. Prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Enguarde. Then, what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. That Enguarde values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. It's Enguarde's fault that that woman killed herself. And this time he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible, what a selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. De Killer's client goal was to obtain the suicide note. The only person who needed this note that badly was the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear was with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. Deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of those. Gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry. Which one of these should I pursue? Oh, shoot. Oh, it's still 4-1, so that's why I didn't continue. Okay, wait. Let me look at the record. Okay. Only Corrida and Andrews knew how to open it, right? So then how would Enguarde have known that it was in there? Would be my guess. And then the note. I would say the bear, but I don't see where it can go off the suicide note. Oh, well, I do have the photo, right? Enguarde's mansion. There's that too. I don't freaking know. I don't know. There's only so much that photo can say, I guess. Let's do the figurine. We're gonna go with it. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corrida. Quest of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that the killer's client was Matt Enguarde. In fact, I don't think there is a contradiction here. You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. Just as that Matt Enguarde thought the note was inside this bear. Or 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think of that way. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there was no reason why Mr. Angard would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order! Order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? Defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? A very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Angard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And? The victim, Juan Corritto, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Angard. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You... Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Angard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Angard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey. Now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shut stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Figured out what you're going to do next. What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting a lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove the point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? Piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he really should investigate. I really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright. Okay. Any further instructions here? What's this piece of evidence Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at? Or should I let it go? I guess we have no other choice. I have an objection, Your Honor. I don't even know. That was the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. It's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. Your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something important. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. transmitter and transmits the data. It's probably this? I don't know. I have no idea. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I do believe some special examination is needed. But I think the item that should be examined is the defense's gray matter. Whoops. Shoot. I don't know what to do. What did he forget? Oh, it was set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. to for 1 hour. Oh. No. I thought maybe the time, because he said it was constantly, but maybe that was that. Let's try the note. I'm just gonna go down the list. Okay. I don't know where we're going with this. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside the bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really meant by Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to even be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't be seriously suggesting. Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ongard. Who says you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall that the witness testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Ongard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show the court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented the scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of the proof lies with you, the prosecution. Oh my goodness. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It's as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we've reached a point where the verdict is impossible. That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. Request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Ongard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell that he did it. I think we reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? Sorry, pal, I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. Sure, some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? Found his hideout, pal. 2 of them were already gone. Terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry, I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh, what is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that? Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. No, bro, the way the picture just spun around. Oh, that's so funny. Mr. Edgeworth. Please, you gotta buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying. Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. Oops. Sorry, Your Honor, but... Reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time, I really can't do anything. Court is adjourned for the day. Bro. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene for tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor? Very well. Prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. What is happening, bro? Right? Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. Can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time to spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in the rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho. Thought you asked, pal. Got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad, but I hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. Pulling all the stops and running every red light. Left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Whoa. What was that? Hey, what's wrong, Detective Gumshoe? Answer me. No one can stop me? What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Gotta hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, there is a way we can find out where he is. Then we stand a chance. Why? Or why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Any way to find out exactly where he is at the moment? There is a way? That's right. There is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Oh. Well, I thought I had the other thing. Maybe this? Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here. Oh, shoot. I ain't right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent. Is evidence to do so? It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. Doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Oh shoot, did I mess up? That was the only device I had. I thought I had the book sweeper, but I guess I didn't. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. Verdict? Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? Phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. Probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. Meantime, think hard about what you must do. Finally a save. Okay. Now I see why it didn't do the save the first time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're like hanging on by like the tiniest thread possible. We're struggling. Next time, I think we're gonna be wrapping up this case finally. About time. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm sure it's gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, that will be it for now. So hopefully I will see you next time. Yeah, that'll be it for now. Oh my goodness. I'm excited to see where this gets at. But yeah. Hope you have a good night or day, whatever. And goodbye.